From StampyBlue.com. He's been on the show before, friend of the show, Mr. Zach Hicks. Zach, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well. Yeah, it's great to talk to you again. It's been a while. It's been a couple months. So, yeah, man, this is the most exciting time of the year. So I'm pumped for it. So I guess we can jump right in if that's cool with you.
Yeah, works for me, man.
Cool. Yeah. So, we're in day 2 of free agency now. The Colts made a signing earlier, I guess late last night. Devin Funchess from Carolina. I'm curious what you think of him. He's pretty young. He's got a big frame. What do you think he can add to Andrew Luck to this Colts offense?
Yeah, no, at first I was pretty skeptical, just because I thought, going into his film, I thought that he was going to be just a big body guy who can't really run routes and has a couple of easy drops. But when you really turn on his film and go through what kind of player he is, he's an athletic guy. He runs really good routes, like really good jab at the top of his routes, stems well out of his breaks, and really creates a lot of separation. I saw him, create some good separation on guys like Darius Slay, Quentin Dunbar, some solid corners. I mean, Slay's one of the best corners in football. But yeah, his route running was definitely a welcome surprise. The drops are definitely apparent. You can see them on film, but it's not really a cause of bad hands. His hands are good. He just lets the ball hit his chest too much, and I think that's where the drops really come into play. So if he can clean that stuff up, I really see the potential of a good wide receiver too. He's got strong hands in traffic. He runs great routes, and he knows how to get open. So I think overall, I think it's a really good signing, especially only on a 1-year deal. I really like the signing.
Yeah, what were your thoughts? I know some people thought that the Colts maybe overpaid a little bit for him. I think it was around $10 million with $13 million max with guarantees and everything. What are your thoughts on the contract and then what it could mean for the Colts receiving group going forward into the offseason?
Yeah, there's no downside to this contract at all. I mean, the Colts had over $100 million in cap space going into this offseason with no intention of spending it all. So he could have got a 1-year, $50 million deal, and it wouldn't mean anything. Like, it's a 1-year deal. It comes off the books after this season, so it really doesn't matter that much. Unless they gave him 1 year, $100-something million, it doesn't matter. So just getting him for 1 year, $8 million, or 1 year, $13 million, or 1 year, $20 million, it really doesn't matter. It's the 1-year deal that does matter. And, if it becomes a bad signing, it doesn't hurt you much because it's just the 1 year. So overall, I mean, the contract, overpay or not, it doesn't really matter that much. For the outlook on the receiving group, I think that he's going to be the number 2 guy next year. I think you'll see Hilton and him line up on the outside a lot. And I think either Kane will get some slot duty or they're going to draft a guy probably in the mid-rounds to fill that slot role. But, I mean, as of right now, they improved the receiving core, and they didn't really lock down, what could be a poor signing for a bunch of years. So not much to dislike about this. Even if you don't like Funchess, you can't hate the deal because he's better than Ryan Grant, he's better than Zach Pascal, and you're not tied up to him for many years.
Right, and do you think this changes maybe the way that the Colts approach, say, free agency, looking at like wide receiver? Do you think they're done? Because, for example, a guy like Tyrell Williams, who has been linked to the Colts, do you think he takes them out of that? And then also, do you think it affects like where they would take a receiver in the draft coming here in April?
Yeah, so I never really thought they were going to take a receiver high in this class, and this kind of definitely solidifies that a bit because it's never really been in Ballard's history of wanting to take receivers high. In my Build a Ballard piece, went with his time with the Chiefs and with his time with the Colts, he just doesn't value the receiver position that much. And we can kind of see that. He likes guys like that he can take in the later rounds and maybe develop. So maybe you'll see him take an uber-athletic mid-round guy, maybe like a Jalen Hurd out of Baylor, a guy who's barely played receiver but has all the athleticism and ability to kind of play that big slot role. So I do think they're kind of done, per se, in free agency as well. I don't really see them going after another guy because, again, I think they'll just kind of they'll take a mid-round slot type of guy and they'll go into next year with their top 4 guys being Hilton, Funchess, Kane, and a rookie to play in that slot. But I think that's a big improvement over what it was last year. So overall, the receiving group got better, and I think Ballard has a clear plan for what he wants in that group.
Right, and I was talking to Kevin Bowen a little bit earlier about this. But I guess I'm curious if your thoughts. We kind of seen the past 2 years with Funchess this year and last year with Ebron. Do you think the way the Colts will approach free agency these next couple weeks is kind of similar to how they did it with these guys, where they get guys who maybe have not lived up to expectations in prior spots, but have all the physical attributes in the world? Do you think that's kind of how the Colts will approach this offseason, this free agency period?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a poor way to go about it. Take the chance on these younger guys who are higher picks, and see what you can make out of them. I mean, these guys have potential, and there's a reason why, a guy like Eric Ebron was taken top 10. A guy like Devin Funchess was taken in the first round. There's a reason why these guys were taken so high. And, Ballard believes in Reich so much and believes in this offense that he believes in Reich's ability to unlock their potential. We saw it last year with Ebron. I think that we're going to see it with Funchess this next year as well. And, that's a great strategy. I mean, you're not overpaying because these guys are at their lowest value. You're not going to have to give them long-term deals. So if they don't work out, you're not going to be cap-straddled on a poor deal. And if they turn it around, you get a really quality player. So I think that strategy is a very strong strategy, and I don't think many other teams have the ability or confidence to do something like that. So it really is a testament to how Ballard likes to operate.
Absolutely. One more question for you, Zach. Out of the free agent crop that's still available, still on the market, who are some of the players that could be like that you could potentially see the Colts signing who maybe have not lived up to that expectation, but or maybe taken high in the draft a couple years ago and could maybe potentially be like that Ebron type player?
Yeah, so I haven't looked too much at the defenders who would fit that role. Maybe like a Shane Ray type guy might be like that, even though I don't know how much he would fit the culture. But, another guy who was a higher pick, who hasn't really panned out, sat behind a bunch of guys, maybe could come in as like a sub-rusher type role. There are still some receivers out there, like a Kevin White who's out there. He, again, all potential in the world, was a first-round guy, so if they wanted more depth and more competition, they could bring him in. But I would also look at the younger role player type guys who were 24, 25, sitting behind just older players for skilled teams. The Adrian Phillips type guy, or Darius Philon out of the Chargers as well. Those guys are both like 24, 25 role type players who are ready to break out, and they kind of fit that Nico Autry signing role from last year. So those are some guys who I think Ballard could target going forward.
Absolutely, and I've heard rumors because I know both Landon Collins signed yesterday, obviously that mega deal to your Redskins, and then Adrian Amos signed with the Packers today. So do you think Phillips could be a guy who could be a really good signing, a really kind of under-the-radar signing for the Colts for their safety position? Does he play strong safety? I don't even really know much about him, admittedly.
He's more of an interchangeable guy, but I think he's better on the box.
Okay.
I think he would be a really good pairing with Hooker. I think a really good strategy going forward would either be bringing in Phillips, maybe bringing back Gathers. I'm not too sure, where he would fit. Definitely a special teamer at least. And then you could still draft a guy in there just so you have a very deep, well-rounded core with some upside and some youth in there. And I think that overall would just be a really good group.
Absolutely. Zach, do you have anything that on the website right now, Stampede Blue, that you think people should check out that you've been working on?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to actually see my full comments on Devin Funchess, go check out my film room I just dropped early today. I was up until like 1 o'clock working on it last night, so
wow.
Please. Yeah, I know, right? But check it out, guys. I go in depth with really what I see in his route running and see with his hands that aren't really, his drops are poor, but it's not really because of his hands. It's because of his catching technique. So check out that film room. I kind of go through all the stuff there. But yeah, especially his route running. His route running really impressed me. You can really see that in the clips I put in the article. So check that out if you want a really in-depth breakdown of Devin Funchess.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks, Zach, for your time. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for having me on.
Right. Yep, have a good day.
You too.